Question number 3. So this is a purpose question. You can kind of recognize it from the word function. Function is a purpose question. Now for purpose questions, you want to kind of see the broad strokes of the passage. You don't have to get the small details. You just have to see generally the purpose of every line and how it all kind of fits together. You'll notice that the answer choices are in very general language. So that's why I'm telling you. You could just kind of notice the very general details. I'll show you what I mean. Astronomers are confident that the star Betelgeuse, good star, also good movie, Betelgeuse will eventually consume, it'll eat or use up all the helium in its core, and it will explode in a supernova. The star is going to explode, and they're confident it will happen. They are less confident, however, predict. Confidence, so less confident will be negative, about when this will happen. So we don't know when this will happen, because that depends on the internal stuff, the characteristics, the qualities, the attributes of Betelgeuse that are unknown. We don't know what happens in the middle of Betelgeuse. So as I'm reading the passage, I have a really clear idea of what's happening in the passage. I could envision in my head, the star is going to explode. We know that, but we don't know when. And the third line, astrophysicist Serafina El-Badrinants and her colleagues are recently investigating whether acoustic waves, sound waves, in the star can be used to determine the internal stellar states, like how the internal composition is. So they tried, but predict. Again, I'm predicting. Every time I see a but or however, I'm predicting my tone here. But they concluded something negative. This method could not reveal Betelgeuse's internal characteristics enough to tell what its evolutionary state was, like what the composition was. They couldn't determine the evolutionary state. Now, to be honest, I'm giving you such details, but you don't need to know this deeply. What do you need to know? Well, let's talk about that. First line, you need to know, they know it will explode. Second line, they don't know when it'll explode. Third line, they did a study and they don't know something. See how general it is? Very broad strokes here. And they're asking us, what is the purpose of this line? This line is, they don't know when it will explode. So let's look for something that matches that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. A, it explains the work of Nance, or how the work of Nance was received. Received means how other people view her work, whether they like it or don't like it. Totally not mentioned. Goodbye, A. A is killed. It presents the central finding. Finding? That's not a finding. That's a question. It's a lingering doubt. It's what they don't know. Killing B. C, it identifies the problem. Oh, yeah, actually it could be a problem. That they attempted to solve, but didn't. I'll keep it. Only two answers here. Keep it or kill it, and we're going to keep it. D, it describes a limitation, could be a limitation, of the method used by Nance and colleagues. It's either C or D. So here's where the battle takes place. Battle is what you do between the last two choices here. You battle between them and try to narrow down to the correct answer. First, you narrow quickly, then you slowly battle. How do you battle? You try to find the one wrong word in those choices. There's only going to be one wrong word, or maybe a couple words in one of those choices. The other one will be perfectly correct. So don't look what's there, try to find what's not there. Starting with C, in the blue lines that I've highlighted for you, do they identify? Sure, it's a general word. A problem, there is a problem. They're less confident about something that they tried to solve. Did they try to solve when it will happen? I guess they did try to solve when it'll happen because they did some investigation, so yes, but they did not solve it. Yeah, ultimately they didn't solve it because they could not reveal something. So even though that's in the third line, the second one did identify the problem. So I can't kill anything in C. Gee, I hope I could kill something in D. Otherwise, we're taking long on this question. D, it describes a limitation. Okay, they are limited in their understanding of, okay, Well, I think I found something. We have Nance and we have colleagues, but do we have the method? Guys, do we have how they did something? Is there anything about the process they used? There's not, so we could kill the word method. There's no method at all. D is therefore wrong, C is therefore our answer. And that is how you narrow and then battle. Killing one wrong word in the choice to get your answer. And if I've taught you correctly, you will never point to the correct answer again. You will only be able to kill 3 wrong choices. Because if you pick too quickly, you get the wrong answer some percentage of the time. All right, question 3 is done. Let's push on to 4.